David!
Hey, Gwen.
What are you doing around here? You're not looking for me, are you?
Oh,
I'm just messing with you. Come on.
No, I just had a disastrous job interview at Redeemo Assets.
Oh, right. I heard they're hiring. But why disastrous? Job's perfect for you. Plus, we could have our lunches together.
Oh, they're shredding all evidence of my interview as we speak.
Hey, what happened?
Well...
Oh, come on. Tell me all the details. I want to know all about it. Let's go and sit down.
All right. Okay, so I went in, took my seat, and just as I was...
Wait. I can see why it went badly. You obviously feel the job's more for you than you can handle.
No, I don't. I'm perfect for the job. I can top anyone else in the market.
Well, judging by your grand entrance, I wouldn't say you're out to outdoing anyone. I mean, the way you carry yourself shows your self-esteem. In your case, the lack of it.
So I look a bit dazed. The interview hasn't even begun yet, so what?
So what? It begins the moment you walk through the door. I mean, can you imagine how your entrance would look like if you were sharp and focused?
Well, I suppose something like this.
Now, isn't that much better? This is the very first stage of the famous first impression. He doesn't know you yet, but at least he's not facing a man that feels justifiably or unjustifiably too humble or modest.
So the first impression is pretty crucial to the outcome of the interview?
Yeah, exactly. It's determined within the very first 30 seconds of the interview and can't be very easily undone, you know. So this sense of self that you carry with you into the interview room may very well determine its final outcome. If you go into the interview room feeling all worried and apprehensive, you'll come across as stressed and nervous. But on the other hand, if you go in ready to face the challenge of an interview and know that you'll do just fine, you'll come across as communicative, confident and at ease.
I see what you mean.
Great. Well then, let's move on.
So, David, tell me a little bit about you.
Well, I'm 31 years old. I'm single. I come from a small town. I have as you can see, I have a business degree. I also do volunteer work. I come from a large family. I'm sorry, I'm not really sure what you mean by telling me about yourself. So maybe you could ask a few more specific questions, and I could honestly let you know whatever it is you want to know.
All right, fair enough. Let's get on with the questions then.
What? Look, I admit it was a bit awkward, but you heard him say fair enough, and he did move on to more specific questions?
Oh, it's more than a bit awkward. You missed out on a prize question. God, I feel like shaking you. You should seize opportunities like this. What would your sister Julie want to know before hiring a babysitter for the kids?
I don't know. Previous experience, attitude towards children. I don't know, to get a good first impression of a personality.
Well, exactly. Besides the cold hard facts, she wanted to get a good sense of her personality and attitude. It's as relevant.
Yeah, but I had such good answers ready. Just didn't ask the right questions, you know? It just caught me off guard. All right, I get the picture. Well, how about this? Well, over the last 4 years, I've managed all the South Asian business accounts at Crassus Enterprises. It required a great deal of looking into the finer details of every business transaction, as well as hands-on experience with the South Asian business culture. I am the type of person that puts an emphasis on the finer details of every transaction, and quite honestly, I believe it's that exact quality that increased my department's productivity over the course of those 4 years.
That was much better.
Still.
What?
Look, I know I'm perfect for the job and all, but it's a step up for me, professionally. I'm applying for the job my current supervisor holds, and I'm apprehensive.
Oh, you know, being apprehensive is very natural. Oh, we should all accept that, but not necessarily act up on it. Remember, you have had your successes in the past. At least try to remember that when you're having an interview.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Actually, it occurred to me during his next question.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What would you say are your good qualities, David?
Fantastic! Another prize question. What did you say? Hard-working, charismatic, no greatness, speedo?
Even better.
Oh?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't like to brag, sir. Let's just say I'm a regular guy, pulling his weight, doing his bid, just like everyone else. What?
A regular guy, pulling his weight like everyone else.
Look, I just hate people that brag and glorify themselves, you know? It's pretentious.
Well, you don't have to boast. You can always mention your finer professional qualities without being one of those kind of people. You said it occurred to you, well, great, go along with that. Try saying to yourself before answering that sort of question, I am worthy because, and see what happens.
All right. I'm worthy because I was responsible for some of our most significant achievements, and I attribute that to the fact that I'm thorough, and I always do my homework before every transaction. I have great interpersonal skills, and I consider myself pretty creative when it comes to problem solving.
See?
I didn't sound cocky at all.
Quite right. When you believe in your better qualities, when you focus and remember your initiatives and your contributions, you reflect exactly that. It comes across through your tone of voice and your behaviour and your general approach. And don't sound cocky because you're not trying to stroke your own ego. Speaking of sense of worth, did he ask you how much you expect to get paid?
As a matter of fact, he did. I was a bit surprised.
Supposing you're the right man for the job, how much do you see yourself earning per annum?
Oh, well, whatever is customary, you know, I don't really know how much you usually offer, so... I should have mentioned actual figures, right? I should have checked it out online.
It's not bad. Well, yes, you should have. But it's not even about the money. It's way, way beyond that. You came across as somebody that was all hesitant and unsure. How much is the average for that position, anyway?
I don't know, around 50,000 a year. But you know, for somebody in my experience, I should say a little bit more.
All right, then.
I believe that 60,000 a year would be fair. It'd be nice if in the future there'd be room for further consideration, but for now I think that's fair. Hey, I looked and sounded like somebody who's worth that amount.
Of course. You feel this is a fair salary that will allow you to live comfortably. Of course, you can't go around asking for excessive amounts.
No, of course not.
See, when you name a fair amount with your sense of worth, your tone and confidence affects the interviewer. So what else happened?
Now comes the nasty bit.
Describe to me, if you could, your weaknesses, please.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, I can't seem to remember right now, but I guess one might say I'm a tad bit of a perfectionist. You want to know exactly what went through my head? What was I supposed to do? Tell him I'm the office nag and that I'm not the quickest decision maker? Yeah, that'd give you the job real quick.
That's not at all what I'm saying you should have done. But you came across as somebody that's trying to hide something. So what did you do? You used your perfectionism as a weakness. And that's such a cliche. You know, it compromises your credibility.
Okay, was I supposed to do this? My weaknesses are, oh man, I am worrisome, I'm a tireless nag, I'm completely indecisive, I constantly needed to be patted on the back to remind myself I'm not half bad.
Lord, no, that was honest, yeah, but harmful. How about this?
Well, sometimes I might ask a lot of questions before a new project, you know, and maybe come out as a bit of a nag, but that's only because I want to make sure I understand everything completely beforehand. You know, it subsides once I'm sure I have all the facts straight.
See the difference? When you're aware of your own value and you're confident professionally, you're not afraid to tell anybody about a real weakness. You don't need to hide, but you certainly don't need to expose yourself to him in order for him to like you. Simply state a fact of life, showing that you're aware of your weaker points, but strive to improve them.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Did he ask you to describe a failure or a professional mishap?
No.
Well, when I applied for my job, my interviewer did. It's a common enough question.
Yeah, but that's just offensive, you know. It's so obvious he wanted to fail you, you know. I would have told him I can't remember.
Oh, really? You'd been wrong to do so, you know.
Oh, yeah? What did you say?
You want to know what I said?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll think about it just a second. Oh, yeah, I remember. I can recall an instance when I was too harsh on an employee. She'd made a real blunder, and I overreacted. Things weren't the same between us for quite a while, and it did harm our working relationship. You know, she was actually a pretty good employee, and in retrospect, I realized I was too hard on her. But we worked things out in the end, and I did handle similar situations differently since then.
Wow, you came out even better than you would have otherwise. Somehow, you came out even more powerful by talking about a mishandling of the situation. It rocks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. You see, the impression that my interviewer got of me was that I